In this video, I want to cover the Ionic Info analysis available within ProMax streams. Let's first discuss here for just a second when this analysis would be applicable. So the very first thing that I would note is that we need to be using an electrolytic environment in order to perform this analysis. Also, this analysis does not apply to vapors, and so it must be performed in a stream where there's a liquid present. Because there's these ions forming, we need to be in an environment with water, and so we should expect our stream to be at least 10% water. If we have a liquid that's just all hydrocarbons, less than 10% water, ProMax will calculate numbers for us, but you wouldn't expect them to be very accurate, and so water is going to be important. And the last thing I would mention is that if there are two phases, or two liquid phases, ProMax will look at the heavy liquid, since generally that's going to be your water-based phase. So with that in mind, we can create this analysis in any stream by choosing the Add Analysis button. And I'll come here and choose my Ionic Info analysis. And I'll just click Solve for now, and we'll look at the results. We'll see at the very top here it's going to calculate an ionic strength for us and an osmotic coefficient. We have two different pH values calculated, one based on molarity and another based on activity. And this activity value is usually going to be the closer of the two when you're comparing these numbers, to your laboratory results, to your pH probe. It's going to be matching this pH of activity. At the very bottom, we're going to see a table of our different ionic compositions, and there's a second tab where these are put into salt compositions, and so we can see those all listed below in our molar flow rates, mass flow rates, our fractions. We have our molarities here as well. It's also important to remember that at this point in time, ProMax does not calculate any solid formation for salts. And so this is telling you the composition of salt, but it's not telling you what solidifies or anything of that nature. But we can look at these compositions, again, in our salt compositions and in their ionic forms as well. There is one other option up here above, this salt recombine method. The simple distribution is going to distribute these out to all the different types of salts. There is a user-selected salt option, and so if you have a lot of different salts that could form, and you have one specific salt that you expect to be maximized, you can choose to do this user-selected salt and then choose which salt it is that you're expecting to form. And so it's a pretty simple analysis, and I hope that helps.